Hi guys, this is Dr. Bhupesh from Dr. BKM Institutes of OET and NCLEX, and today we are going to discuss few important tips about OET and OET exam, that what are the important things that you should remember. So today I will not be teaching, at least for this moment. Of course, we will do something other than this. But first of all, we are starting this thing today. That it's today exercise. I have given my candidates or my students, but I don't consider you guys students because you are professionals. So you are just learning OET from me, and I need to learn so many good medical things from you. So yeah, time is 3 minutes, and as I teach you every day, so today we are discussing what you have learned new from Dr. BKM classes. This is the main point, that what you have learned new. Suppose if by chance, if anybody is taking classes from somewhere or have already taken the test from somewhere, then what are the new things that you have learned from this class, and how do you think it will impact your final exam? Why we are recording this? What is, again, anything we do in the life should have purpose. So the purpose of this exercise is to prepare the key points and to make a video that if anybody will follow that video, that person would be able to pass in the final exam. And there are a lot of things which I teach you every day, guys. So now I will unmute you and will take your participation. Let's see how do you participate, and what you have learned from Dr. BKM's classes or my classes. Let's see. So I'm going to unmute you guys. So one by one, you can start. So I'm just going to mention the points. So anything, guys, that you have learned, anybody who wants to speak first can speak, and I will let you know how do we go about it. Who would like?
Okay, may
Okay, Varsha
may
ma'am. Varsha ma'am is
I?
starting first. Yes, please.
Okay. So, sir, from the Dr. BKM classes, I have learned the best thing, which I use in reading. That is not to stuck on the problem. Always move on. And it's not only in reading, but also in life. It's very useful that not to stuck on the problem and move on to the another question and or another situation in the life. That's the best thing I have learned.
Thank you so much, ma'am. This is a very nice point. Seriously, this is the, even sometimes I am unable to execute this, but this point is the most important point. I really would love to follow whole of my life. Always spend time with positive surroundings, positive people. In OET reading, spend time with positive questions. Positive questions means easy questions. That means, suppose if I have got total 45 minutes in my reading, I want to spend at least 30 minutes with easy questions, because easy questions are going to be right, and right questions are going to give me marks. The difficult question means chances of being right or the answer being good is less. The answer can be wrong. Even if I give 10 minutes to one question, when it is a difficult question, the chances are more that it will go wrong. So I will not like to spend time with it. And if there is anybody who is negative, I would not like to spend time with that person in my life as well. We want positive people, positive things, positive questions, easy questions. We don't want to make our life tough. If by chance it's written in our destiny, then also we try to meet easy people. We don't want to meet difficult people. We don't want to do difficult questions in our exam. What happens by this method is that when you do easy questions first, at least 12 to 14 questions would be easy in the reading part B and C. So at least you can secure your 60% marks in just 25 minutes. If you get stuck at any question, leave it. Leave it. Leave it. Don't do that. Thank you very much for point number one, and that was a super point. Point number two. Anybody?
Sir, in listening part A, I used to face a lot of difficulty while doing part A, but when you told us that take care of preposition before blank, this was very helpful and it's working for me.
It will work for everyone. Prepositions are very important. What are prepositions, guys? Again, this is going to be superb class. I was not expecting, but we will be able to revise everything. Preposition means in, for, by, on, into, in, which. Sometimes while is not a preposition, but words like this: while, during. Listen to these words carefully, even in reading, even in listening, especially if any blank is given, that in dash close vicinity, then we should listen to these two words very carefully, in and close, because the answer would be in between that. So whenever the answer would be, they would be speaking this answer. Whenever they would be speaking this answer, you should be able to listen this word in, and then the answer will be spoken even in the reading part A and listening part A. So I will make it listening and reading part A. Prepositions are damn important. Very nice, very good point. Next point, please. Point number 3. Anybody? Oh, I have taught you only 2 things that you have learned. Anything else?
Sir,
Sir,
you
in
told
writing,
Okay. uh
sir,
okay.
elimination method.
Elimination method for reading part
Yeah,
B.
yeah.
Elimination method is method that is applicable. You can mute it when you have spoken. You can mute it, guys, so that we don't disturb the recording. In a way, because there are some YouTube followers who learn and they learn good from us and they appreciate us. So it's for every one of you as well before your final exam. Like what to do evening before. Sir, सब कुछ कर लिया है. I have done everything. I am unable to sleep. Listen to this video. We will revise everything what we have learned. Elimination method means that most of the times when there are 4 options, we are able to eliminate 2 options very easily. The problem is that the last 2 options that are difficult, we get stuck. Even in the last 2 options, when the question, see, most of the time elimination method will be used in difficult questions. It is also used in easy questions, because in easy questions it would be very easy. Like the best example what we did in the last reading was that it was given in the workplace, something like that. If you remember, guys, do you remember in the workplace wala there was one blank? Then we said that workplace is not given, that is why we eliminated, otherwise answer was that only. Everything was given. I don't remember that. Anybody remember that line? Dash in the workplace. We did some question in which we were confused between B and D option, unleaded petrol, unleaded petrol wala reading. We did D as the answer, that unleaded petrol was phased out. That means leaded petrol was widely used. One more option was there in which everything was correct, but these words were extra. That lead was used, lead was used less in the workplace. Reduction of lead. Red,
Like,
reduction of lead. Okay, just a second. Somebody speaking. Please keep your mics mute. This is a very important point. So there was an option in which B option was reduction of lead in the workplace, and there was D option that unleaded petrol was widely used. This was the true thing. And in the original paragraph, what was given, a lot of things were given, and reduction of lead was given. Reduction of lead happened, like these points were given, and there was another point, unleaded petrol or leaded petrol was phased out. So that was a very, even now, if you will see, this is not that easy, not easy to do this, and that is what you have to learn. This is the most important point. Again, every point is important, obviously, but this is very important. So now reduction of lead happened. So when I sit in OET exam, I think, reduction of lead, reduction of lead. This is my answer. But you need to learn this elimination method. Reduction of lead is given, but in the workplace is not given. So you can't do this option. Then you think, what is the other lines? Leaded petrol was phased out. That means leaded petrol was eliminated. That they did not use leaded petrol. Leaded petrol means petrol having lead. PB, lead, chemical. So then there was one option that was saying unleaded petrol was widely used. Now you see, now you cannot choose this answer otherwise, because these two are completely opposite, but actually they are equal. Leaded petrol was eliminated. That means unleaded petrol was used. Leaded petrol was eliminated. That means unleaded petrol was used. But you can't do this directly. So this is where when 2 options are left, you have to focus on elimination. So what is not given? Workplace is not given. So then you reach to this option. Otherwise, you can never reach to this option. So please learn this method. Again, now there is one more important point. Sir, this is also eliminated. Now this is not given. Guys, I am saying, okay, if you are saying eliminated, which one can you eliminate easily? Sir, this is easy to eliminate. Workplace is not given. That is what I am teaching you. Elimination is easy. So out of these two options, last two options which are confusing you, what you can easily eliminate, that is the mindset we need for reading part B and listening part B. Both listening part B and C, reading part B and C. This is when you will learn elimination, you would love it. Normally we eliminate ly words, but in this is again, this is also elimination, but this is easy to eliminate. That is what I am teaching you. Easy elimination. So workplace was not given, so I eliminate this thing easily, and that is why this one becomes my answer. So in the tough questions, nothing is complete right. That is why it is confusing you. You are not sure because why are you confused? You are confused because both are looking equally right. So then elimination will help you. Oh, workplace is not given, easy, out. So I'm going with D. That is for the tough questions. Very, very important technique. Again, listen to this particular patch of video at least 5 times. Promise you it will make your 2 marks extra. The people who get 320, 330 by chance in reading will pass because of this one point. And to pass very easily, this point is the most important, that always do easy questions. Don't do difficult question. Means in this question, in this kind of tough question, don't waste too much time even if it goes wrong. That's okay. But don't waste your time for this question. Everybody is okay, and I hope everybody is learning. Anything that you have not understood, you can ask me, and then we are going to the fourth point. So I think it's going to be very beneficial video. Before you take your exam, this is going to do superb for you. Okay. Any other point that anybody else has learned from us?
Sir,
Yes, please, Sandeep ma'am, you can proceed. You made it silent by chance, I guess.
sir,
We need
importance
to
of
focus.
degree, adverb, and grammar.
Okay. So yeah, Jagpreet ma'am is saying there are three important things to take care of. Means 90% they will help you to eliminate, but the previous example which I have just discussed, in that fundamental is not applying. So that means everything will not work. But yeah, 90% adverbs, grammar, and what else, guys? Adverb, grammar, and
Degrees.
degrees would be helpful. For this, we have a long lecture. But yeah, for the ones who are listening to this video, in the end of this video, I will attach these things. But in the grammar, I can tell you one thing. Options having may, might, can, could has the highest chances of being right. Means if there are 4 options given, any option is saying may, that option has the highest chance. If only one option is saying may, then 90% this is your answer. And should will be your answer if the tone is suggestive. Means if the paragraph is giving some advice. Suppose the whole paragraph is saying your body will ache, your body will ache, your body will ache. And at the end of the paragraph, your body will ache, your body will ache, your body will. At the end of the paragraph, when they finally say that to prevent this should be done. That means now it is a suggestion. So if any option is having should in that particular question, then this will become our answer because the paragraph was suggested. Even if should word is not given, if they are giving any recommendation or advice, that means should option will be our answer. Otherwise, if they are not giving, if the paragraph is talking about problem, suppose they are saying, protective gear, if they are not worn properly, they can lead to injury, they can do this thing. So we indirectly understand that protective gear should be worn. But if it is not given in the paragraph, then should option would be eliminated. Very important. Let me tell you again. If the paragraph is telling you problem, but is not giving you suggestion, that this proper gear are not worn. Sometimes sports people are not, they are negligent, they are careless, they do not wear the right things. So that means they are talking about the problem. They are not giving any suggestion. So should wala option would be eliminated. Very important point again. Very nice. Fifth point. Any other point? We will not make this video very long. But yeah, I will attach adverbs in the end. The people who want to pass will listen. So I will attach the adverb in the end. Any other point? Any other important takeaway point that you have learned from us or my classes?
Yes, sir. I want to talk about the writing now.
Okay.
Actually, I find the writing techniques very impressive. I know now that by having a good understanding of just few tenses, I can write a good letter.
Yes.
Overall,
That's
the method is
very
very
nice.
impressive, sir.
Very nice, sir. So again, writing, there are two important things. Pick only data that is easy. Means don't try to write anything in your final exam which you do not understand. Suppose if you did not understand a point, if you did not understand, how would you express in your writing? So never take any panga, never mess up with the point that you do not understand. Never mess up with the point that you do not understand in the writing. You can leave one or two lines because ultimately you are writing a complete letter. If by chance you have missed even moderately important thing, but rest of the writing is good, examiner will not fail you. Oh, you did not mention this point. He will read the letter nicely. He will say rest of the points are very good. That there is a clean purpose. If your purpose and grammar is fine, it means you will get purpose plus grammar will get you at least 300 for sure, which are the passing marks. For people who are in Australia or in any other state, if you want to get 350 for that purpose, grammar plus data selection, if you want to get more marks. So that means data selection is the thing that gives you more than 350. If by chance you are little weak, it doesn't mean that if you're writing the purpose, obviously you are selecting the data. But if you miss out on one or two points, even then you will pass easily in writing. And Dr. BKM people will mostly get 350. So again, second thing sir was mentioning about tenses, that you don't have to learn every tense. Major tense is past indefinite. That means second form and was plus third form. These both are past indefinite, and second important test is present perfect. These are the only two tenses that you have to remember. How to use it, otherwise this video will become too much, but again, I'm just going to mention it in just 2 seconds. So if you are talking about any past visit, if you're talking about any past visit, so you just say, uh, you know, 2 days ago, the patient complained of. Complained of means active. Complained of means patient himself. So second form, past indefinite. Past indefinite. Patient complained of this and this thing. And then when you do things on examination, he was found with this and this thing. Therefore, he was diagnosed with this and this. Was plus third form is the tense now. For which he was given this and that thing, whatever the treatment you have given. These are the only tenses which you majorly use. But if it is today visit, so you don't have to do much. Again, listen to this point again. Today visit, then you say today the patient has complained of active, and passive will become has been found. That's it. So please again listen to this point 2 3 times. This is also an important point of grammar. So don't miss out. Simple. Now let's read it. Today the patient has complained of this thing. On examination, he has been found with this thing. Therefore, he has been assessed with this thing, for which he has been given this treatment. Or for which, in the last visit, so we normally say, for which he is being referred under your expertise. That is normally what happens in OET letter, that in the today visit you say for which he is being referred. Like therefore, he has been diagnosed with multiple sclerosis or myocardial infarction, myocardial infarction for which he is being, again, I will make the punctuations okay so that you can learn how to use the connectors. So for which he is being referred, achieve smaller. So ultimately this will go like this. For which is the connector, so commas on the both side. Therefore, he has been diagnosed with myocardial infarction, for which he is being referred. H smaller. He is being referred under your expertise. Everything smaller. In the real, this I was using caps by chance, but yeah, this is what will come as the final thing. Everybody okay with it? Any point that you do not understand, guys, out of this? Any point? Until now, please, any point that you did not understand? Otherwise, you will have the video, of course. But yeah, we can always discuss. Okay, so we have covered almost the 5 points. Any other important point that you would like to cover on in this particular video? 5 takeaway points are good. Otherwise, I'm okay with it, to be honest. So again, let's revise it. Uh, Always spend time with positive questions, positive people, positive energies. It's important. It's important. I know that we can't ignore negative things all the time. Doesn't mean that you should always ignore, but 90% in your life you can ignore negative. If you want to be good, 90% ignore negative things. Sometimes it's important to discuss negative things when you are going with an attitude to solve your problem. When you're trying to resolve your problem, then it's fine. Otherwise, don't. Okay. Listening and reading part A. Prepositions are very people don't take them seriously. Prepositions and articles. Articles a and the is like very important, because reading questions, reading part A, one or two questions can come that you're trying to find from the whole paragraph. Then you see in the blank a word is given. That uh, after doing this, he will do a dash. And in the paragraph you're trying to find, then you see a word a, and it is given a uh, or an external fixation. So if a fracture happened, due to which he has to go for an external fixation. Means if an is given, a is given, then the blank can be difficult, but you just pick the word after a or an and just place it over there. Even take care of the as well. So sometimes articles make your job easy, because the question, if based on article, they will pick from a difficult line. So it is these are rules of English, that always take care of preposition and articles while filling in the blanks. Then third point, elimination method. Again, first of all, do easy questions first. That though is the most important strategy. But tips and tricks, when you are stuck in the last two options in the difficult questions, in the last, try to see what is that one word which I can eliminate easily. Try to find it. If there are 8 questions that you think are difficult and you have left in the first round, I promise you at least 2 or 3 questions you would be able to find. Oh, this word is not given. Like this is the perfect example I could have shared with you. It's not easy to do this question in the final exam, because we have tendency, oh, this is matching more, this is matching more. So we think this is matching more, this is the answer. No, no, no. This is getting eliminated easily. This is eliminated. This, even if not matching, is same. Leaded petrol was phased out. That means unleaded petrol was widely or more used. So that is what OET is. Even if you will take any time verbal ability exam like CAT or anything, these are the things: grammars, adverbs. You take care of these small things. And this is the perfect example. May, might, can, could has higher chances. Should, can be eliminated or considered on the basis of the tone of the paragraph. If the tone is suggestive, you take it. If the tone is not suggestive, you just eliminate this option. Then writing, pick only data that is easy. Purpose plus grammar, at least 300 marks that will get you. Data selection will get you more. Right data selection. Data is selected according to whom we are writing. Tenses, these are the two important tenses which you can say. Any other person who would like to specify any point, guys? Any still last point if you want to cover up in the video? Otherwise, that's fine. Any point? Any point, guys?
Yes, sir. I want to mention a point, but I don't know if it will be beneficial or not. But
Yeah.
still, I want to mention that in speaking, sometimes people think it's like a viva question and answer. I want to like tell everyone that speaking is not a question and answer. It's a communication.
Hmm.
Take it as a communication, not as a question answer or a viva. Like someone is questioning and we have to answer that.
That is what I
It's
was.
a communication process.
That is a very important point. I call it, if I call it personally, being Dr. BKM, then I normally call this point, ma'am, as um what do you call it? Means communication means behave like a nurse. Don't behave like you're going for a viva. Behave like a nurse. That means You should have a suggestive tone. You should have an empathetic tone while you are listening. When you're giving suggestions, you should be little more, means in a relaxed way, that see, Mr. John, it's very important for you. If you follow these instructions, these are going to be very beneficial. And it's only audio that is going. So you have to have that kind of tone. See, Mr. John, I totally understand your problem. You don't have to worry about anything. But at the same time, I would like to tell you, following this particular suggestion is very, very important for your well-being and for your recovery. So please try and understand, this suggestion has been given by doctor, and you need to follow this suggestion for your own good. So are you getting my point, Mr. John? So that means this kind of tone should be there. That means that you should behave like a nurse. It's a proper communication, and you have to behave like a nurse. Means you don't have to behave like it's a viva thing. It's not a viva that you have a, so as if some patient, he's a patient in OET. It's not like he's saying, asking, oh doctor, what should I, oh nurse, what should I do? I say, I'm also confused, I don't know. You can do this, you can do that. No, no, your tone should be safe. See, I got your point, Mr. John, don't you worry, I'm just about to explain you this thing. See, as you are mentioning this, as you are having lot of pain, lot of things, so obviously it is very important for you to exercise every day, to take your painkillers on time, and also a doctor has recommended to follow these suggestions. So I would really advise you to follow all the suggestions given by the doctor for your speedy recovery. Is it all good, Mr. John? Are you getting my point? Have you understood? All right. Sometimes it is very good to get, it is very good to get some marks. Sometimes you can say, have you understood, Mr. John? Yes. Okay, Mr. John, can you explain me this point? If by chance examiner is not paying attention, this can be difficult thing. He will say, oh, your recording will get spoiled. So you say, don't worry, Mr. John, I will explain you again. If by chance this thing happens, you will get A. Trust me, you will get A. Because the patient was not aware. You asked, have you, but don't over try, don't do that deliberately, it will happen automatically. Have you understood, Mr. John? Okay, so can you repeat this point so that I can know that you have understood this? Okay. Yes, that's the point, Mr. John. Very nice. I'm glad that you have understood everything. If he does not say anything, then you say, don't worry, Mr. John, I'm explaining you again. This is a perfect communication. That is what we mean. It's a communicating thing when it comes to OET. What else? What else, guys? Did you understand this point? This point is also very important because it makes your life easy. When you think, nobody is judging you, you are the nurse. That means you are at, I'm not saying in an active way, but you are at the dominating seat. You are going to give such a, he's just a patient. So he can't dominate you. He's in your hospital, he's in your clinic. You have come here to advise, he can't dominate you. So this thought will give you that power to speak nicely. Even when you do with your teachers in the class, or even if you are our online students, if you're doing individual speaking with your mentors, think they are patient, at least for the time being we are speaking. Then they can tell you your mistakes, but at least while doing the role play, behave like proper nurse. So, see, Mr. Try, again, dominate does not mean they don't follow Indian culture. You can't dominate foreign patients, right? It's not acceptable. Okay. Sonam is saying something that on the chat box. Sir, only one point we are missing, which is our motivation and your teaching techniques. Thank you very much, ma'am. Motivation, like, should I give you more motivation? I think you are already motivated. And that's the main point, of course, ma'am. Anything in this world, it's not OET, it's not NCLEX, it's no CBT, it's not OSCE. Everything comes with it because whatever I'm teaching you right now, if I'm giving energy, that I'm giving because I'm motivated to do so. I really want you to pass. So that brings motivation to me, that when I will see the happy faces with good results, I'm motivated. So I have been watching it since last 11 years. And again, I don't know, again, I should say it or not, but obviously, you know, not everyone passes in the first shot, but at the same time, again, you have to carry your positive things and then you work harder on your negative points. That means, again, celebrate positive things happening in your life, and negative things, work hard. Make them positive with your hard work. That is the thing. So that's the point of being motivated. That is what exactly winners do. It's not in this field, everywhere. Suppose if a cricketer is playing cricket, he's dropped out of team. Now what's the option? Either he can get depressed or he can work harder in the domestic cricket and can come back in the international cricket. That is what players do. That is what everyone does who wants to play. Otherwise, they will say, oh, I have a reason. I won't play again. I'm quitting. Everybody can quit anything. If you are a doctor, you can quit. If you're a nurse, you can quit. I'm a dentist. I didn't like it. I quit. But I love OET. I'm teaching since last 11 years. It's just, and that is why I come again. I forget all the negative things which happen. And I say, let's be positive again. Let's try. So any winner has to try. Any winner, any field you can see. It's not only that we are saying you, any field. Go for any field. IAS officers, law, NORSET, AIMS, PGI, whatever you want to say. Everybody who is a winner is doing the same. So we also need to behave like that. So that's simple. Any other question, please, guys? Any other thing that you would like to cover? Thank you, Sona ma'am. That was a valid point. Motivation is really important. Okay, so I'm not gonna make this video too much. Anyhow, it is too much video. But yeah, we will also carry some points from it. Otherwise, yeah, we will make shorts from it. But otherwise, I hope you will love the lecture. Whosoever will listen to this complete lecture before going to your test will definitely benefit you. It's like revising the whole OET, revising the whole OET that you have done with Dr. BKM YouTube channel, or especially from being part of us. Thank you very much. And again, I always forget that subscribe the channel. Our contact number is 76967345 I practice so much that I have to say it in the start, but I'm so motivated to teach, I always forget. But anyhow, I hope guys you watch the video till end, and please subscribe the channel if you have not until now. And our contact number is +917696734256. Thank you.